Ever wished you could make your own lotion? Well, if you can make a simple salad dressing, you can make lotion. Lotion making is easy. Lotions are emulsions. This means they have an oil phase and a water phase with an emulsifier to hold the two phases together. If you do not use an emulsifier, your lotion will separate and the oil phase will float to the top. Because lotions are based in water, they require a preservative for product sterility and shelf life. Today we're making Snowdrift's easy cocoa butter lotion 2 different ways. First, we will prepare the lotion using a commercial preservative, and then secondly, using Snowdrift's perfumer's alcohol instead of a preservative. A word about alcohol. You may be thinking that it's drying to the skin, and you'd be correct. However, when used in small quantities, and particularly in this ultra-rich super emollient lotion formula, alcohol will not dry your skin. I always find it extremely helpful to organize your ingredients and other materials. When making lotions, I like to organize my oil phase and my water phase. Our oil phase contains cocoa butter, jojoba oil, and fractionated coconut oil. Our emulsifier is e-wax, or emulsifying wax. It is based in oils and goes with the oil phase. Melt it along with your cocoa butter. Our water phase contains glycerin and a preservative. You can add nutrients like proteins and panthenol to the water phase to provide skin benefits. Be sure they are in aqueous solution though. This means that they'll be in water. Here we have the utensils and containers needed to make this lotion. As you can see, these are everyday kitchen utensils. An inexpensive stick blender available from any discount department store will ensure good mixing and produce a stable lotion. Try to have sterilized spouted measuring cups such as Pyrex ware in various sizes, measuring spoons, and a funnel on hand. Okay, well let's begin with our oil phase. First, we'll measure and prepare our oils, cocoa butter, and emulsifying wax. Weigh each ingredient and pour into a sterile measuring beaker or cup. Using a cutting board, I prefer the heavy-duty plastic type because it can be run through the dishwasher and sterilized. Chop your cocoa butter into smaller pieces. This helps facilitate easier meltdown by providing smaller surface areas. Place in a microwavable bowl and then measure in the e-wax. Finally, measure in your liquid oils. Place in the microwave and nuke it at 50 to 80% power to avoid overheating and burning your ingredients. Heat for about 1 minute, then check and stir. Nuke until all your pieces are melted. Measure the water phase and mix using your stick blender for about 30 seconds. Add preservative if using. With your stick blender on low, slowly trickle your oil phase into the water phase. Once you have all of your oil phase and water phase mixed together, continue to mix for about another 2 minutes. Your mixture should be off-white to white with a little foamy top. The consistency should be thin. This is because your mix is warm. Once it stands at room temperature, it will become thicker, trust me. Next, we'll add our scenting materials if you're using. Remember, you don't need much. Ifraorg.org, and that's IFRAORG.org, recommends using no more than 3% of your total batch weight in fragrancing materials, whether they be essential or fragrance oils. Just be certain you are using cosmetic-grade scenting materials. Now is the time to add your colorants if you're using those. We recommend using FD&C or D&C colorants mixed with glycerin, as displayed here. Just a few drops will tint your lotion base a pretty pastel color. Now you're ready to package your lotion. In this example, we've poured our lotions into both HDPE plastic squeeze bottles with a flip-top dispenser and also into a wide-mouth plastic jar. Many consumers prefer to use body care products that are as close to natural as possible. Most commercial preservatives are derived from synthetic materials. Some people are sensitive to preservatives. Whatever your reasons for avoiding the use of a preservative, you must ensure that your lotion is sterile and remains that way through the expected shelf life of the lotion-based product, generally about a year. Alcohols are derived from natural materials, namely grains, grapes, and potatoes. Here, we measure the alcohol into our water phase and skip the preservative. Continue with the formula as described previously. Once the warm lotion base is poured into containers, allow it to come to room temperature about an hour before using. It will thicken upon standing. Our finished lotions look great. Here we're squeezing both lotions onto a plate for a side-by-side comparison. The lotion made with the preservative is a little thicker than the alcohol-preserved lotion, as you can see from the way it ribbons on the plate. Both lotions are ultra-rich and super emollient and extra easy to make. Try some today.